15 seconds. Start at 6 o'clock. Go off that clock. Bell at school. 6 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with the introduction of members, starting, I guess we'll start down there with Cindy.
Cindy Harmon, legal counsel. Kelsey Holt, Purdue Extension A&R educator.
Jim Haney, Town of Burlington and County Representative.
Kelly Williams, Lakeside Extension. Jeff Watson, representing County Commissioners.
Sandy Flora, Delphi City Council.
Mary Ann Burton, Mayor of Delphi.
Don Shockley, Carroll County Surveyor.
Ward Willis, Town of Canyon. Brad Farr, County Council.
Doug Walker, representing schools.
Cameron Yates, Area Plan Director.
Lauren Mills, Area Plan Office Administrator.
Good, thank you. Approval of minutes, is there any from the October 26th meeting? Any of you see any additions, corrections, revisions? Yes,
I wasn't here, but we had said that was.
okay,
We were here in spirit. We were here in spirit.
yeah.
Oh, we wasn't here.
Those things you don't remember if you're here or not, or try to remember. Thanks for pointing that out.
I was here, it's not showing.
Yeah, you were here, Sandy.
Sandy said Jeff was.
I'll make the change.
I'll entertain a motion to make the revisions to remove Jeff as being present and Cindy, and adding Sandy as being present. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Moving on to the next one, the public hearing for the Burnbrae Farm sub-area development. Chairman, you want to give us an overview of this?
So last week we discussed the resolution to approve the Burnbrae Farms sub-area development for inclusion into the comprehensive plan. It was advertised in the paper. Representative from the city of Delphi was here to speak on their behalf. They're here again this evening. You guys should have it in your packet as well, the emails. Nothing has changed with it. Basically, it's the one thing I reiterated last month was it's not a site plan specific, it's land use to that area. So they've done a good job of writing it up. Actually wrote up the new part that would be into the comprehensive plan, and there's a couple maps in there as well for you guys to review.
Needed, or you want to give anything, or any, or attorneys, or legal counsel, any additional information regarding this?
Yeah, Justin will just do a quick rundown.
This is, and I'll give the information, this is more for the developer that's trying to develop out there, correct? For them.
No, this is for the comprehensive land use plan.
Okay, I didn't know if it was
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with the development.
for.
Okay, last month's.
State your name and then give, if you would, please.
I am Justin Barber, attorney representing the city of Delphi. Just kind of to reiterate what Mr. Yates said, this is essentially just a land use vision plan. It's not locking anyone into any service. It's not zoning. It's not, thou shalt do this. It is it's basically a guidepost for anyone who wants to develop or use that land. I'd also like to reiterate that this primarily will affect the city of Delphi, and both the Delphi Redevelopment Commission and the city council have given us their full
seen this, agreed to it? Is that what he wants to see, or?
This isn't necessarily for developers or tailored to developers. This is simply the vision the city of Delphi has for this land. And we would hope that the developers that would like to develop this land will follow the plan. This essentially sets, like I said, guideposts for any development to follow.
And not necessarily set in concrete.
You know, that this is not high end.
This is basically, we discussed this at maybe the last meeting or previous meeting, but at the end of the day, does this fit within the goals of the comprehensive plan for Carroll County? For housing, better things like that, and that's exactly what this is doing. And like you said, it's not tying anybody's hands, but they have to absolutely do it. It's basically a goal of what they wanna achieve out there with Burnbury Farms. Is that a correct assessment?
That is correct. It essentially just lays out what the city of Delphi's vision is for any future development in this area. And, we may want to like into a vision for this is what we like to see in the future. This is how we can accomplish it with this plan.
Do public comments. Is there any public comments regarding this? If you'd like to speak, come forward.
It would open a public meeting, so open the hearing on it.
Oh, I thought I did say public comments. This will now be the public hearing portion of the meeting regarding this resolution.
Yes.
Is there anybody that's interested in speaking on behalf of this plan? Not see anybody getting up out of their seats, there's not many people here, so we will close the public hearing of it and open it up to board discussion. Any discussion amongst the board? I will entertain a motion to accept the, I guess, goals of the development for the Burnbury projects. Do I have a motion?
To accept the resolution.
Accept the resolution, yes.
It didn't have a number on it, so we don't have any resolution.
Yes, resolution number,
So it's
I don't-
2021 would be dash.
Do whatever you're.
Whatever
it
you-
doesn't-
We don't have a
Oh, you don't
resolution
have-
here, so it's
okay.
gonna be 2021 dash 1.
that's one. Okay. This will be resolution 2021-1. If there's no more discussion, I'll move on to entertain a motion to accept resolution 2021-1.
Make a motion to accept the resolution of 2021-1 as presented.
A second.
Marianne seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to the next rezone of the Underhill properties. Cameron, wanna give us a background on it, please?
Yes, a petition to rezone 7 properties located at North Market Street, Delphi, Indiana, was applied for by the Underhill family. The parcels are currently zoned I-2 Industrial District. If you guys are aware where this is located, get it here on Google Maps for you. So this is the overview of it. It's down by the canal park, so the canal's right here. Basically, right now, it is zoned industrial, and they're wanting to conform it with what the zoning is all throughout that area, which is U1. They did properly post it in the newspaper, and notices did go out to the public, so. Basically, it's just to conform or match up with what is in the surrounding area for possible development, so. That's all I got.
Lindsay, do you wanna come up and present
Sure.
brief background?
Very good. Good evening, Lindsay Martin, counsel for applicants, Underhill Family LLC. Echoing what Mr. Yates stated, in that it's just essentially to bring it into compliance, won't change the use, and just positions the property in a better position, to allow development in the future. There are several parcels out there, only 7 remaining in the zone.
There's a few of them that were already
Mhm.
in the U,
Already in the U1.
in the U1 zoning, so.
All adjacent contiguous parcels, so it's kind of a mixed bag of zoning out there. I'm sure this board sees quite frequently. I think total, there were. It's, I remember quicker than I'm gonna just read it. There were 18 parcels total, 7 of which needed rezone and the remaining were already, U1. If you guys have any questions, it's all right.
Board have any questions for the applicant?
Thank you for your time.
Moving on to opening up the public comments regarding this rezone. Are there any public comments regarding this rezone? Seeing as there is.
I think the city of Delphi also submitted a letter of support for this rezone, so we'd like to reiterate that.
Okay, is there any board discussion? Pretty straightforward.
It's, by far the best area in town to use for housing or whatever they're used for. You could not find a better area to get out industrial and get in the house. It's excellent, excellent area to mix, from my point of view.
Okay. Any other board comments, questions, concerns? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the rezone. So moved.
Yeah, you have to ask whether this should be, recommended for approval by the commissioners, or whether you would not recommend
Goes to
no
the city
approval.
council.
Yeah.
City council.
Oh, council,
Yeah,
that's
we'll
right.
make
Sorry,
a,
we
this
go
is
to
for a
city
recommendation to the Delphi City Council.
Alright,
within the
make a
city
favorable
limits.
recommendation to the city council, city of Delphi. So moved. Jordan did it again. Kevin second.
We'll get it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay.
Who seconded that?
Kevin. Moving on to the next one, which is the rezone for Woodlawn Rentals. I believe it's very similar. Go ahead, Jeff.
This building was built, I believe, with Public Service Indiana. It's been in zone industrial since then. It was used up to industrial, but we purchased it. A short time after that, we just used it for business. We just need to get the zoning set right. Industrial really doesn't work in the area because so many semis go down the road and the road's not set up for semis. So there may still be a few, but the business zoning we do is a minimal amount. It's more housing in the area, so we want to rezone business, keep our business there, use it for the same use we've used for it since we built it.
So this one is just inside, or just outside of the city limits. It's right on the line. It's actually in the county jurisdiction, right on the line, so.
It's in there.
So your package should have everything in it.
There's a beacon map.
I'll pull it up here.
Well, but it's area out on the backyard of it.
Oh.
This is the structure right here that he was referring to that used to be PSI, the structure right here. This is a current substation of now Duke. Here's the canal. This is Wells Street right here. Just to give you a little reference on the zoning.
What's the orange, is it all you want?
This was all U1. This is the property there. This is suburban residential, yes.
Everything around, basically. Right?
U1 and S1, yes. And this has been a business for many, many years, right? This is PSI or how they well.
Probably everybody knows, remembers the Underhill Industries, where it's manufactured over heat, home equipment, everything. They were down there for years and years.
The board have any questions for Jeff? Okay. I'll open it up for public comments. Any public comments? See any? Okay, close public comments. We'll have board discussion, is there any discussion from the board? Questions, concerns?
I have one question. Cameron, it will be changing the zoning in the county zoning ordinance rather than the Delphi City?
It's not within the city limits, so
Okay.
this recommendation would
Okay.
Go to the commission.
That's been corrected on our paperwork.
Okay,
Yes, so this recommendation would go to the county.
it's gonna go to the commissioners,
Correct.
okay, I just wanted to clarify
Yep,
that.
we corrected that this morning, so the paperwork that, if it is approved, will go to the
We'll
commissioners.
go to the county,
It's,
okay?
it's right on this is
It's-
actually the line right here.
Yeah, I knew it was not in there, I
Yep.
knew it was not
Right.
in the city limits.
That's here in Belton, so.
Alrighty, yep, thank you.
Okay,
This is the purple line, and that's the.
Yeah, I knew it was out.
seeing as there's no board comments or questions or anything, I will entertain a motion to make a favorable recommendation to the county commissioners. Did I get that right, Cindy?
Yes.
Third time's a charm tonight.
I will make a motion that we pass a favorable recommendation to the county commissioners to rezone this parcel from I-1 to B-1.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm assuming you abstained, Jeff.
I think there's enough people here that don't need
Yeah.
that.
Okay, moving on, we got area plan meeting dates, which should be at the end of your, very end of your packet. Basically, the fourth Tuesday of every month. And obviously, no December meeting, because it's too close to Christmas.
Do you want some sort of a motion on this?
We have to accept it, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
I make
need
a
a
motion that we accept the 2022 meeting dates and filing dates as presented.
Jim, all those, is there any board discussion regarding the dates? Seeing as there's none, there's a motion motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. Cameron, your report.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of, I'll make this as quick as I can. Kind of a year-end report that I put together. You guys have drove down by Save Lot in the area we discussed a little bit ago. Family Dollar is making progress. Has a couple of small hiccups that we've worked through, and they're making progress, working with the city. And, you know, I'll be real honest with you, that was the first new structure that was within the city limits for a commercial project, so I'm implementing a kind of it's a sheet that at NDOT, we called it a pre-construction worksheet. Basically, everybody meets, we get everything going, so it's basically a step-by-step, and we don't go to the next step until it's done. That makes sure that everybody's on the same page. There's not a lot of questions, everything is covered prior to the break-in of the dirt. So, a learning curve, like I said, it wasn't anything major, but, you know, a lot of these, the contractor's ready to go. Obviously, winter's here, so, I'm about half done on this sheet, and NDOT sent me some things from their worksheets that we had, so I'm trying to get that, and then I will bring that to the meeting for you guys to take a peek at once it's all finished, but not just with the city, it's with any incorporated area, because that's their town, that's their, you know, they have their own infrastructure, and we certainly wanna make sure that we adhere to what they can and can't handle, what they do and don't want, so it just gets everybody on the same page. I think it makes for a smoother project, and so far, we're working through it, and everything's going pretty decent down there, so that's just a quick rehab on that one. So to date, we had 43 new homes. Calico Plus opened up last week, I believe. They are open, every time I've been out there, there's been a parking lot full. So want to let you guys know, since we went through the process of rezoning that, they are very happy to be open and seem to be doing very well. Reached out to the incorporated towns about the MU zoning proposal. They had a lot of good questions. I didn't get to make every meeting. I went to Camden's and they had some good questions. And like I told, you know, I reached out and spoke with someone from each entity, but you know, this isn't something we want to get shoved through until everybody's happy. I just don't want it just to be there just because. We want everybody to be on board with it, so 25 years from now, we're not running into issues, you know, with why we shoved it through so quick. So we're making progress, a lot of good questions. I'm gonna meet with each city, kind of help them figure out where they want it, which is pretty standard. I mean, it's mostly the main street and where the businesses are, but we're making progress on that. So I will keep you guys posted on, nobody has voted yes or no to it now. They're all kind of working through their own questions, but we're making good progress with it. This year we've had 10 rezones compared to 5 in 2020. We have, so in 2021 year in review, we had the TIF projects that was in front of us. Obviously, we had a couple meetings on those. We had Burnbury Farms, Arvin's Acres, Pondview. We are now broadband ready for Carroll County. Obviously, the Family Dollar. Gloria has done a great job in the office, as she does every month. We were denied another request for her pay increase, so I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna go back to the board in December and try again. So if anybody wants to make that meeting, certainly you're welcome to come support us in the effort to get what we think is fair for her position. That's really all I had, other than you guys got your township report. You see all the numbers are up. The good thing is the 43 homes with the world we live in, construction's still going. That's a good thing. That's what we want. So I didn't think it'd be that high back in January. I didn't think it'd be half that. So we're glad that we've already met what we were at last year and exceeded it. So thank you guys for your work with the year. It was an interesting year. A lot of stuff that was controversial, but we worked through it. And I think we have a very diverse board that does a good job of getting our inputs out, questions and stuff like that. So thank you guys for supporting Gloria and I and all your work to area plan. That's really all I got. But want to reiterate if you can be at the next council meeting, because we're still chipping away at this and we're not going to give up on it. So any support would be great. That's all all I got.
Cameron, Cindy?
What he said, but I can tell you, when she was on vacation, I thought I was gonna have to go getting down off a limb or something. Every time I call, I don't have time to talk. He's working hard, and I'm there to answer questions and back him up when he needs it, so.
I got a first-hand look or feeling of what it's like without her in the office, and it was not very fun. So she is a huge asset to area plan. She does a great job, and I won't change my stance on where we're at with what our request is, so. Keep chipping away at it.
Any information or any comments from the board? Next meeting won't be until January.
Show up the last Tuesday of December, I'll be by here. Not even Kevin. Oh, I got one more thing. Kelsey is working with me on the Purdue Extension. Is it Purdue Extension that does that?
Yeah, they created it.
Yeah. They have and I sent it to you guys last year. It's a 4-day, or not 4 days, it's a 4-month, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, Kelsey completed it before COVID, and then COVID hit, and I couldn't take it. It's an urban planning and training course that Purdue puts on that you go to the trainings, you do stuff in the field, you do tests and all that, and it was a great thing for me to take, but then unfortunately, I didn't get my name in time because of the world that changed, but they're gonna put it back on again, we hope, in 2021 or 2, and if so, I'm gonna try to get on that. Good tool for, I think, a lot of directors go, a lot of people that get into this field, so.
Yeah, mine was right when COVID started, so then everything was virtual instead of like, would have been nice for we all got to meet together,
Yeah,
but.
so keep you posted if I do get involved in that. That's it.
Okay, well, I can say I've appreciated working with everybody over the year. I mean, we do have a diverse group. We've had our disagreements, but we've worked through it and worked together, so push the county forward. That's the number one goal, is push the county forward. So with that, everyone have a happy Thanksgiving, good Christmas, and I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Donnie? Jeff, second. All in favor? We stand adjourned for 2021.
Thank you, guys.
Cameron and Gloria.
And Marilyn, have you signed the resolution of the council?
I feel like this year went by really, really, really quick. Yeah. Getting better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sent the letter, right? I did. It's not come back, but I've not heard anything out of her, so.
She's been perfect. You know, I don't know what you said, but it must have been good, because she's perfect.
They got that car out.
And she got it all cleaned up. She cleaned it up, relatively speaking. And today the car moved up to the top of the hill on Market Street. I saw that when I left the house, and I thought, oh shit, here we go. But we're starting to pull in and use it. We're putting all our cars in. I'm buying a truck tomorrow, getting rid of the other truck, and I mean, we're switching cars in and out of there, so she's gonna have a hard time justifying her existence there, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I didn't know whether you did it or the landlord did it. It could be that.
It could be both.
It could be a combination. And when I yelled at her.
I didn't send it certified or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Because I figured she'd never pick it up.
Yeah, but, you know, the week before this happened, before you sent the letter, she was, oops.